Hello, I'm Kimilia and this is Kini News. Perikatan Nasional MPs leave Dewan Rakyat after Putrajaya MP Radzi Jidin was instructed by the Speaker to leave the hall. Radzi was booted out of the Dewan after lashing out at Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim and getting into a shouting match with government backbenchers.
Boleh semua keluar pemanggang.
Perikatan Nasional lawmakers staged a walkout from Dewan Rakyat following a protracted argument during Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim's winding-up speech on the 12th Malaysian Plan midterm review. Chaos erupted when Anwar took a swipe at Putrajaya MP Radzi Jidin for laughing when he was explaining the issue of the DNAA granted to Deputy Prime Minister Ahmad Zahid Hamidi.
Larut tanya. Saya tak ada masalah kena ditanya. Kerana jawapan saya di Singapura, apakah saya berbincang? Bila peguam negara buat keputusan, saya tanya dia, betul. Saya bukan bincang keputusan dia. Saya tanya dia apa alasan. Itu yang dia bagi 11 alasan. Saya minta penjelasan, larut betul. Saya minta penjelasan dia. Can you defend? You boleh gelak. Tapi you boleh gelak Putrajaya. Kerana you buat perkara itu. Masa pentadbiran you buat kerja itu. Yes!
Even before the Prime Minister could elaborate, an infuriated Radzi stood up and demanded that Anwar retract his statement.
Balik! Tak ada, saya balik, Perdana Menteri. Saya mau tarik balik. Putrajaya duduk. 33 bulan Putrajaya. Ini tuduhan jahat. Cukuplah Putrajaya. Sejarah telah membuktikan. Putrajaya duduk. Lakukan kesalahan. 36-6. Tuan Speaker.
This led to a shouting match, which lasted more than 20 minutes as PN lawmakers demanded Anwar to withdraw his remark while PH MPs defended him. At this point, Dewan Rakyat Speaker Johari Abdul told Radzi to sit down in order for the Prime Minister to explain. When Radzi insisted that Anwar retract his remark, he was given the marching orders. Hamzah Zainuddin then said all PN lawmakers would also leave the Dewan Rakyat if the Speaker maintained the decision to eject Radzi. Previously, Anwar had said that it was the former AG Idrus Harun's decision to withdraw the 47 charges against Zahid and wanted to do so before he retired on September 6. In a separate development, an Umno leader described Ahmad Zahid as a figure who has saved Malaysia amid calls by the opposition for him to be charged again. Federal Territories Umno Information Chief Ghulam Muzaffar has condemned the Perikatan Nasional Youth for organizing the anti-Zahid Hamidi rally on September 16th. Describing it as a narrow-minded move, he said PN Youth should realize that it was the Umno president who had saved Malaysia amid a political deadlock post-GE15. According to the Batu Umno division leader, Zahid's political foes were livid with the Umno president when he prioritized the nation's well-being over his own popularity. Ghulam also accused PN Youth of having a hidden agenda behind the protest, which is to protect their leaders who are running out of time with regard to their respective court cases. As a countermeasure to PN Youth's Save Malaysia campaign, Ghulam suggested that UMNO members organize a campaign called Mencari Menantu Midin Yang Hilang. He was referring to PN chairperson Mohidin Yassin's son-in-law, Muhammad Adlan Berhan, who is being sought by the Malaysian Anti-Corruption Commission. Adlan is wanted in relation to the alleged misappropriation in the registration, recruitment, and biometric storage of foreign workers. Syed Saddiq today claimed that his allocation was withdrawn after crossing the aisle to opposition. The Muar MP began sitting on the opposition bloc last week, leading to the unity government losing its 2/3 majority in the lower house. Muar MP Syed Abdul Rahman claimed that his constituency allocation has been withdrawn since he quit the government bloc in Parliament. This comes after Education Minister Fadlina Sidek stressed that her ministry has not stopped any construction of infrastructure related to education in any state. Speaking in the Dewan Rakyat today, the Muda president claimed that he received confirmation from the Implementation Coordination Unit.
Dalam bab ini saya dapat pengesahan daripada pihak ICU, sebaik saja saya berada di blok ini, peruntukan telah ditarik dan dikosongkan. Persoalan sama kepada semua ahli parlimen pembangkang yang saya yakin sampai hari ini belum dapat peruntukan.
During the session, Fadlina Sidek also urged lawmakers not to make unverified claims based on hearsay in the Dewan Rakyat. However, she did not name who she was referring to. Earlier, Syed Saddiq claimed that Putrajaya wanted to discontinue the construction of multi-purpose halls at 4 schools in his constituency after he left the government bloc.
Persoalannya kenapa ahli parlimen kerajaan boleh dapat 4 juta ringgit pembangkang kosong ringgit Malaysia? Jawab kepada rakyat.
We are often faced with nutrient deficiency needed for our body. This is why I choose G-Sure. G-Sure is the first plant-based and complete nutrition drink that helps to improve the immune system and strengthen our bodies. It has to be Good Morning G-Sure.
Earlier, the PKR Youth Chief Adam Adli defended unity government from Syed Saddiq after he labelled Anwar Ibrahim's administration as no action, talk only. PKR Youth Chief Adam Adli Abdul Halim has told off Muar MP Syed Saddiq Syed Abdul Rahman for supposedly cherry-picking government initiatives in accusing the government of inaction. This is in response to Syed Saddiq's press conference yesterday, where he cast Anwar Ibrahim's administration as no action, talk only. In a statement last night, Adam offered a point-by-point rebuttal and said Syed Saddiq should also be mindful of other ongoing government initiatives. He said it would be better if Syed Saddiq not only reflected on issues according to his taste, but also welfare policies under the Budget 2023. This includes government ongoing initiatives to end hardcore poverty, resolving people's problems and basic needs including schools and healthcare facilities, clean water supply, and post-pandemic economic recovery. Yesterday, Syed Saddiq took aim at the government for failing to deliver on its promise of reforms. Besides the fight against corruption, some of the issues he brought up were cabinet ministers' asset declarations and equal allocations to opposition MPs. However, Adam replied saying the government bloc has given the opposition multiple reminders to initiate negotiations about the allocations. In conjunction with Malaysia Day, from now to 20th September, you can subscribe or renew your Malaysia Kini package with 20% off. Click the link in the description below or scan the QR code on your screen to enjoy this exclusive offer. Moving on to the next story, Safudin Nasution Ismail has denied defaming Muhammad Sanusi Matnor prior to the state elections in defense of a lawsuit by the Kedah Menteri Besar. Home Minister Safudin Nasution Ismail contended that Kedah Menteri Besar Muhammad Sanusi Matnor's poor governance compromised the latter's own reputation. Safudin raised this contention in his statement of defense against the past leader's defamation suit over theft allegations linked to the rare earth elements in Bukit Angang, Kedah. In the statement filed on September 14th, Safudin said Sanusi's reputation has certainly been compromised, lowered, and put to ridicule. Safudin contended that this damage to Sanusi's reputation is attributed to the latter's poor governance during his tenure as Kedah MB and chairperson of Kedah MBI. The PKR Secretary General cited that there were governance-related issues and concerns regarding administrative malpractices within the management of Kedah's natural resources and in particular the REE. Safudin said all of these suggest that Sanusi may be perceived as a weak leader, lacking essential leadership qualities required to effectively govern a state. He reiterated that the comments he made as alleged constituted fair comments on matters of public interests. On August 3rd, Sanusi filed a lawsuit against Safudin, demanding the defendant pay unspecified general, aggravated, and exemplary damages. The plaintiff's civil action is over Safudin's statements made on 2 occasions, one at a Home Ministry event in Penang on July 14th and at a political ceramah in Yan, Kedah on July 15th. After having his 4 charges of corruption totaling 232.5 million ringgit struck out last month, Mohidin Yassin will be filing an application to strike out another 3 charges. Former Prime Minister Mohidin Yassin would be filing an application to strike out the 3 money laundering charges against him. Mohidin's defense counsel Hisham T. Potek had informed the Kuala Lumpur Sessions Court of the application this morning. This followed the Kuala Lumpur High Court ruling on August 15th that allowed Mohidin's application to nullify the 4 abuse of power charges against him linked to the Jana Wibawa program. However, the prosecution has since appealed to the Court of Appeal to reverse this acquittal. Hisham informed the Sessions Court Judge Azura Alwi that they would be applying to set aside the charges under the Anti-Money Laundering Act, adding that the striking out bid would be per the Criminal Procedure Code. The 3 money laundering charges were laid out under Section 4(1)(b) of the Anti-Money Laundering Act, read with Section 87(1) of the same Act. The Bersatu president is accused of receiving over 120 million ringgit in proceeds from illegal activity from Bukhari Equity Sendirian Berhad between February 25, 2021 and July 8, 2022. The money laundering was allegedly committed by receiving money banked into Bersatu's account. If convicted, Mohidin faces an imprisonment of 15 years and a fine 5 times the amount involved, or 5 million ringgit, whichever is higher. The cabinet vacancy left by the late Salahuddin Ayub is expected to be filled soon, as several sources from Amanah have confirmed the replacement candidate. Deputy Defence Minister Adli Zahari is expected to be appointed as the new Minister of Domestic Trade and Cost of Living to replace the late Salahuddin Ayub. When contacted, several Amanah Party sources confirmed that the party leadership will discuss the appointment with Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim. Several other party sources also confirmed the matter when asked about the development of the vacant portfolio following the death of its incumbent Salahuddin. Salahuddin, 61, who was also the former Deputy President of Amanah, died at the Sultan Bahia Hospital in Alor Setar on the night of July 23rd after undergoing surgery due to a brain hemorrhage. Adli, 52, is also the only Vice President of Amanah who won in the last GE15. The former Melaka Chief Minister won the Alor Gajah parliamentary seat with a majority of 890 votes in a 4-cornered competition. And that is all from me today. For more stories, you can go to Kinitv.com. You can also follow us on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook for the latest news updates. If you'd like to support independent media, do consider subscribing to MalaysiaKini.com. I'm Kimilia. Thanks for watching.